Now, I can't technically confirm that, but if I had to guess, if somebody held me at gunpoint and threatened to kill me and my family and all my loved ones, I would guess that they are going to nerf Banshee soon. So welcome back to my channel, and I have already done a complete Banshee guide, and this is kind of an update on that. I feel like I don't want to keep making a new video whenever I get a new thing. I feel like whenever I make a character spotlight video, it is basically going to be, unless they add like new support cards or Earth Elemental gets talents or something drastically changes something, I'm never really, I don't plan on remaking these every 2 days, you know, every season, you know, like unless something drastic changes. And since Rush Royale is never going to give talent or you know, reincarnations to old units because they don't care, because it doesn't make them money, I feel pretty okay with never really updating this other than in subsequent videos like this one. I just did a Banshee game and it was insane. It was, I'll spoil this ahead of time. I don't win a single Phantom. The Phoenix Zeus player, as they should, wins every single Phantom, and I win, and I do 583 billion damage. Banshee, this is the exact thing that Rush Royale doesn't want. They don't want non-event units to beat event units. Now, I have 1,000 more crit than him, but he also has a level 76 Zeus with a base level, no reincarnation, Phoenix. But Phoenix is a event unit, and he has a 13 Kobold, so it's not max. He has a 13 Gunslinger, so it's not max. But he does have a 76 Zeus. Does he have the item? He doesn't have the item. Okay, so he has a level 76 Zeus. A level 76 Zeus, anything 60 or above where you get the level ups, is going to do massive amounts of damage. And if it's 60 or above where you get the level ups, then you're gaining not only free level ups, but you're also gaining, every time it doesn't level up a card, you're also getting added bonus damage. So that's how a level 60 or above is so much better than like a level 59 Zeus. Because not only are you getting level ups, but when you don't get level ups, you also gain additional bonus damage. And so he has a 76 Zeus. And a 76 Zeus, just by itself, you know, like a 76 Zeus, anything, any deck that you want, is already automatically going to be very, very strong. In the same way that if you were running Bestie, and then you instead decided to run Gadget, the difference between a Bestie and a Gadget is huge in terms of damage. Yes, you're getting a damage boost with your Bestie, but you're getting a much bigger damage boost with your Gadget. Zeus and Fortuna are the legendary heroes for a reason. I don't need to tell you that having a Zeus or having a Fortuna is going to incredibly level up your entire game, but it does, and I'm here to say that as well. But this is me playing a level 91 Mari. And Banshee. My one notable difference that I did change from doing this is I did switch back to Ghostlink. Somebody in the Discord was talking about how the reason why the Banshee Mari deck is so good right now is because of the connection, the unstable connection. So if you don't know, unstable connection allows your damage to transfer over into multiple things. And because Banshee attacks everything at the same time, the damage transfer is transferring. It's not only dealing damage to everything, but it's also chaining the damage to everything. And the Ghost Link will actually help with that damage, as opposed to the high charisma in my Banshee character spotlight guide that I used in order to take advantage of earth elemental attacks. I think that just using the connection is just much easier. Also, it's much easier to set up your board because your earth elementals can be literally anywhere on the board, and it doesn't matter as long. I do like to have them on the left side because they have a shorter range to travel when they hit the boss when they're coming out of the gate, and the more earth elemental specials that hit the boss, the higher your damage is going to skyrocket. It's basically the same kind of setup. I just have my earth elementals on the sides, and then I'm doing the 3 on the top, the 1 in the you know what, I have a thing for this now. So I do the 3 Banshees right here, and then I do a second or another Banshee, a 4th Banshee right here. The 2 that I try to set up first are this one and this one. The one right here is going to affect your board right here. And a lot of people like to set up their Banshees just up here, and I don't like that because then you're just giving yourself a bigger boss for no reason. When you set up a Banshee right here as your leftmost Banshee, it's only really getting like about this kind of area, and it's negating everything that's coming out over in this area. And I just don't like it. I feel like if you just have the one that's sitting right here, it gets this entire, it affects this entire line. So not only are you getting not only are you able to kill the things that are coming out immediately, but you're also giving them the slow. You're getting the slow immediately. You're getting the defense reduction on everything that hits right there. You're basically not letting them wait to get to about here so that this one can start killing. And I just find that as the game progresses, the more that you have, the closer that you can, once the monsters start getting faster and faster, and they get more and more over the course of the game, because that's inevitably how you're winning the game. It's because the game is progressing to such a late state of the game that the monsters that are coming out of their gate are just so fast, and because of your Mari, you're beefing up their monsters that come out, and as the game progresses, as the health of the monsters increase, you're not only increasing the speed of their monsters, but you're also increasing the health of their monsters. And you basically, which is what you'll see in this game, you basically end up winning because you're sending over too many monsters, and they have so much health and so much speed that it just becomes insane to keep up with. Because you're never going to win by boss. Most decks, you send them like a really big boss, and then, they can't kill it, and then they just get hit with an ability over and over and over. And the thing about the Banshee deck is that you're negating the boss ability for so long that it gives you so much time to kill the boss. And that's why you're able to progress so far into bosses. He sends me way bigger, obviously much bigger bosses than I'm ever sending him. And I'm able to have so much time for my earth elementals to throw their specials at it in order for me to deal damage with all 4 of my Banshees. But anyway, so and then the other ones that I like having are the 3 right here, specifically because this is where the Phantom comes out, and all 3 of them, even without an activation, will be dealing damage to the Phantom. So you don't need to activate prior to the Phantom in order to deal damage to the Phantom. I find that if you have all 3 on the sides, I'm not sure if these can reach. And it almost feels like only the center one is dealing damage. I trust that maybe they are if you don't use your activation, but if they don't, then it's just strictly worse. And so if you just have the 3 here to deal damage to the Phantom, and then you have the 1 here to keep the beginning of your line pretty much clear for the most part. I think that is the best kind of strategy for this. I did try a growth tile, and I don't like it. I understand how it could work theoretically, but I don't know. Like I played a bunch of games and I started to like it, and I thought that was going to be my change for this strategy, and it wasn't. I just didn't like it, and so yeah, the 3 here, the 1 here. And then what you're trying to do before this game, I thought I'd do all of this just in case you don't want to watch my character spotlight guide for my for Banshee. What you're trying to do is get 5 earth elementals. I try to have it as much as I can on this side because the length of time when your boss comes out right here, if you have an earth elemental over here and it has to like throw all the way over here, that's going to take a much longer amount of time than if you had an earth elemental right here and it just has to throw right there. That amount of time does actually matter. And I find that if for all things, if all things were equal, I would have one right here, or, I'm sorry. I would have one right here, right here, right here, right here, and like maybe like right here, because these 2 could also throw quicker over here. And then these could throw pretty quick over here, and then they could all throw much quicker over here, as opposed to using this entire right side. And so, yeah, if all things being equal, I would do that. But the thing that will affect me doing that is where your 2 kobold tiles are. Now, where you ideally want your kobold tiles, it's gonna be either any of these are actually kind of okay because obviously you don't want to use that side anyway, but I think I end up getting them in the center, which is also fine. You just want them clear. Round 7, I was going to clip out a moment where because I have one of the abilities where when a kobold goes into the mine, it has the chance to spawn another kobold for free. And then each time it happens, it has a chance to spawn again. There's a moment in round 7 where it just keeps happening over and over and over, and you're saving so much mana by not having to summon in kobolds. And so that's also a thing. But here we go. My early game strategy is to, like I said, put a kobold. Put a Banshee either on that left spot or right, which is right there, or the top middle spot. And then the other thing that I like doing is to abuse the first ability. Which is that if there are 1 or fewer Banshees on the board, whenever you merge a Banshee, whenever you merge anything, it becomes a Banshee. So right there, I merged, or I got a level 2, and then I combined up into that center square, got a second level 2, and when you merge the 2 level 2s, you get an automatic level 3. My next thing that I try to do is wherever I put the 1 Banshee, so in this case I did it on the leftmost side, I'll now want one on the top side, where the gunslinger is in the top middle, and the way that I get the second one is through scrappers. I always run the left side, but because of the faction bonus right now, where every so often you get level 3s or you have the ability to spawn in level 1s to level 2s or level 3 units in the field, which means you have to have a level 3 scrapper. Most people switch to waste free, and I find that when I switch to waste free, because it keeps high level scrappers all the time, what I do is I have the ability to just keep merging up scrappers. So that is something that I do, and so what you're doing, what I'm doing here, I'll bring this up again. What I'm doing here is for this level 2, I'm not going to keep it. It's just going to become food for my level 3. What I'm doing is these 2 level 2 scrappers, I'm eventually just going to put it here so that I have a level 3. Once I get a level 3 scrapper, I'm just going to keep merging out level 1s to make them level 2s. And whether they become level 2 scrappers or they become a level 2 earth elemental or they become a level 2 a level 2 gunslinger, you can very easily merge out level 1s in the very beginning of your game because it's also giving you Mari food as well. And you have to get rid of you have to do 3 merges every time you use a Mari activation, or else you're just wasting there's a lot going on here. Again, so if you haven't watched that Banshee complete guide and you're watching this video instead, I'm just going to speed run through this because you have to know every base kind of thing at a slow pace, and that's that guide. But you need to be using 3 merges every single time you use a Mari activation because that's how you're gaining Mari stacks. And so merging out your level 1s in the beginning of the game is also going to be key. I play this. I trust that you understand that I play this so much. But yeah, so right now I'm trying to get a bunch of level 3s. There's 2 level 2s, so now I have a level 3, and now I have a second level 3. And so when I get rid, when this one gets to 10 Banshee stacks, I can basically get rid of every other Banshee on the board, and then when I merge these 2 level 3s, I will automatically have a level 4 Banshee. You have to do it when you only have 1 or fewer, so you do need to only have just the 1 on the field, and then you can give yourself an automatic level 4. If you want to be crazy, you can merge the 2 level 4 or the 2 level 3s to get it to a level 4, and then try to get to another level 4 again, and then you'd have an automatic level 5, which would be insane. But I find that that's pretty hard to do. If you can do it though, it's pretty crazy. Obviously you don't want to have your Banshees on the sides, so always try to have your gunslinger on the inside, so that when you do spawn in on the outside and it becomes you summon in a Banshee, you can automatically slot it in. But right here I'm already at 9. So right here I can eat and then make a 4. I get a level 3 right here, and I'm able to automatically grab that out. A thing to note because of the faction bonus is you can get very lucky like that. When I merged the 2 level 3s, I was able to automatically just summon in a level 3, but that's because of the faction bonus. So where most people would see downside with the faction bonus of giving you level 3s, it's all upside with this deck. If you merge 2 Earth Elementals, you can theoretically get a level 3 Earth Elemental. If you merge out 2 level 1s, when you merge 2 Scrappers, you can get a level 3 Banshee on the inside, and that allows you to build up your stacks faster. Right there, I merged out the 2 level 3 Scrappers and got a level 3, so then I was not only able to get the level 4 Banshee, but I also grabbed a level 3 Banshee. And that is going to change when the faction bonus goes away, but that is how this deck has the ability to abuse the faction bonus. And then the reason why I switched to the Ghost Link is just so that this could be a set it and forget it deck. Right now I basically have full setup right now. I have my 2 Kobold tiles right here. I have all of my Banshees. I have my 1 that I'm probably going to move, but I have my 1 Kobold because of the level 14 ability. So when it gets to level 7, all the units on my field have a 21% crit damage boost. You obviously want to move it somewhere over here, and then I can put all of my Earth Elementals. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, realistically 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I can put 1 right here, and that's all of my earth elementals. I don't need to worry about switching really. I don't need to worry about like my setup for my earth elementals when I was using my high charisma bonus. And so, yeah, there's a moment in the 7th round where I summon in a kobold here, and then it bounces here, and then it just keeps bouncing. It's crazy. And yeah, like this is, I'm just gonna like do the rest of this gameplay basically in silence. I feel like I've told you enough about this deck. If you still don't understand how to play this deck, you can watch my obviously my character spotlight guide. But that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the whole setup. And then you can basically just, I think I start bouncing my Banshees over here. I'm sorry, my Gunslinger over here, because everything over on this side is already set up, and I can just set it and forget it. And then just infinitely summon in and scrapper. Eventually I get all 10s on all of my Banshees. And so then at that point you can also eat all of your Banshees that come out. This deck is crazy. And I feel like this is probably going to get nerfed either in the next patch or very soon, because there's no way they're going to nerf something about this, and it's not going to be as good, because it shouldn't be, because it's not an event unit and it shouldn't beat event units in any capacity. And the fact that I'm doing 500 billion damage and I'd rather use this than a Treant is crazy. Oh, you know what? I probably should come in because I'm pretty sure I didn't realize that my middle Banshee got bedlammed. When so much is happening over the course of the game, it's very easy to miss that your field got bedlammed when it basically looks the same. And so that's why I'm eating as many Banshees as I'm eating. Because I should be rebuilding stacks on it, because you're losing out on so much damage without the stacks on it. But yeah, there's just a lot happening. Obviously, like I explained in the beginning of this video, like how many things that you're thinking of. That one was so bad. Okay, I need to talk about that one. So my original plan for that one was to switch, because I planned for this. Like, I know that this has the ability to happen. That is the best case scenario, where I had a gunslinger on the side, because obviously if you put it, if you switch a gunslinger into the middle, you have the ability to lose stacks from it, because your other Banshees on the outside, if they don't have max stacks, will start eating away the merge ranks, right? So I had a gunslinger on the side, so I could move the Banshee to the side. And what I was meaning to do was I was trying to switch the gun, or I was obviously trying to switch the gunslinger in the spot, and I was going to use this opportunity to get rid of this stupid level 4 a scrapper. What ended up happening was I was playing this game at a restaurant, and I had a slight bit of a lag spike right there, because I had perfect connection, and for some reason right at that exact moment I wasn't able to switch it, or it didn't switch. It did the activation, but it didn't switch, and my gunslinger died, and I was so mad. And I really thought, I was like, I barely had a chance to beat this person. There's no way I'm gonna beat this person now. And as you know from spoilers ahead, like, I do. So here you go. This obviously made me really realize that I have a Banshee with no stacks on the side. So, and I'm still not giving it stacks. I don't know. I'm still not waiting. I'm still not using my Banshee and waiting, or letting the Banshee gain stacks. It just starts to become very, like, with waste free. Once you start having a like level 4, level 5 scrapper on your field, it's just opening you up to Grandmaster. A Grandmaster just being like, ooh, a level 5 scrapper, you say? I'm just gonna eat your entire field, and I hate it. I hate the idea that that has the ability to happen. And so I'm actively trying to like not get a level 5, but I was like, I have too many things on the field right now. I need to start just doing something. Which is now why I have a level 5. This is the moment where I hope for tribunals. This is like the only thing that's bad about waste free. You also lose out on the 30% damage. So I might switch back, but like as an early game thing, it's a really good early game to have waste free, so that you can get those high level Banshees really early on. It just starts to suck late game if it starts getting out of hand. Phoenix just feels like a much easier to use Treant, with a Zeus specifically. You gain so many stacks so fast with that deck because you have the ability to just leave 4 on the field. And then once you get those Phoenixes to 7, every time you use every time you wake them up, you're gaining 7 stacks on all of them. And it's like collective damage. And it just feels like it's just so easy with the Zeus. I guess with the Zeus, I guess you could argue that Treon's pretty easy too. Life is just easy. Life is just easy with the Treon, or with the Zeus. He sent me an 81 billion damage boss. Collectively, obviously, but I mean, yeah. And there it goes. Here's that dreaded Grandmaster that's gonna take my level 5 Scrapper and just murder my field. He doesn't have slow on his field, and so the only slow that he has is Gunslinger. And so when units, like in the coming waves, when they start getting much faster, if he's not using Gunslinger activation, they're just gonna speed through his field because they have so much health. I have 95 stacks. They have so much health and they have so much armor at this point in the game. And then I'm also giving them additional speed as well. Look at these monsters on his field. Look at those runners. Look at that. This is why you win. You just get to this point so late in the game where monsters just in general have so much health and so much speed that you just overwhelm them like this. And Banshee does so much area damage that it can deal with anything. And then you have so much time for boss damage because of the 15 ability. Even if they gave Banshee like a bigger boost in percentage damage, if they took away the 15 ability, nobody would run it. That's all they'd have to change. It's too good. It's too good of an ability. Delaying boss abilities for that long, it gives you so much time in order to deal damage. Look at his board. Look at his board. That's how you win. You don't win through Phantom. I lost every single Phantom. It's insane. Banshee's insane. Play Banshee.